Have you ever felt like the world saw you as just a shadow, moving through life without anyone noticing your real strength? That's how Elena Rossi felt every night at La Bella Vita, the busy Italian fusion spot in the heart of Manhattan. At 26, she hurried between tables in her black uniform and white apron, her blonde hair pulled back into a neat bun that kept everything in place during the rush. The restaurant's warm lights bounced off the polished wood floors and white tablecloths, but Elena barely noticed. Her mind was on the stack of bills at home, the ones that never seemed to shrink no matter how many shifts she picked up. It was a Friday evening, and the place was packed with the usual crowd, people in suits talking loud about deals and weekends away. Elena balanced a tray of drinks, weaving past chairs without spilling a drop. She had been working here for 3 years, ever since her father's death left her family in a tight spot. Her mother was sick with joint pain that made it hard to walk, and her younger brother was in college, counting on her to help with tuition. Elena sent money home every week, but it was never enough. She dreamed of something better, but for now, this job was her lifeline. At the big corner table, Marcus Hale held court like he owned the room. The 52-year-old millionaire investor was a regular, always with his team of executives trailing him. Tonight, he wore a sharp gray suit that probably cost more than Elena's rent for a year. His hair was silver at the temples, and he had that confident smile that came from building Hale Global Properties into a $500 million empire. Around him sat Tom, a stocky guy in sales with a loud laugh, Lisa, the sharp-eyed finance lead who always checked her phone, and a couple of others who nodded along to whatever Marcus said. Marcus waved a thick envelope in the air, the kind with fancy seals and gold edges. "Look at this beauty," he said, his voice booming over the clink of glasses. "Straight from Dubai. This merger proposal could lock in billions for us in real estate. But here's the catch, it's all in Arabic. Our translator called in sick, some family thing. We're stuck until Monday." Tom leaned back in his chair, crossing his arms. "Can't we just use one of those apps? Google Translate or whatever?" Marcus chuckled, shaking his head. "For a deal this big? No way. One wrong word and we lose the whole thing. These Dubai partners are picky about details. I need someone who knows the language inside out." Lisa sipped her wine, her eyes narrowing. "What about outsourcing? There's got to be a service we can call." "Too risky," Marcus replied, tapping the envelope. "This has sensitive info, property lines, cultural rules, the works. Can't have it floating around. But hey, I'll make it fun. Anyone who can translate this right here, right now, gets my daily salary. That's 35 grand. Cash." The table went quiet for a second, then erupted in laughter. Tom slapped the table. "You're serious? 35,000? I'd try, but I can barely order falafel without messing up." Lisa grinned. "Count me out. My Arabic stops at hello and thank you. But maybe we ask around the restaurant? Someone here might surprise us." Elena was close by, refilling water glasses at the next table. She heard every word, her hands steady as she poured. The number hit her like a punch, $35,000. That was almost exactly what she needed for her brother's loan payment and her mother's doctor bills. Her phone had buzzed earlier with a reminder from her brother. The deadline was Monday, or he'd have to drop out. She kept her face neutral, focusing on the task, but inside, her heart raced. Marcus scanned the room, his eyes landing on Elena as she straightened up. "Hey, what about the waitress? You look like you might know a thing or two about foreign stuff." He said it with a wink, but there was an edge to it, like he was testing her. Elena turned, keeping her voice polite. "Can I get you anything else, sir? More bread maybe?" He ignored the question, leaning forward. "Where you from anyway? That accent, Italian? Or something else?" She nodded slightly. "My family's from Italy and Lebanon. But I was born here." Tom snorted. "Lebanon? That's near Dubai, right? Close enough. Maybe she can read this scribble." The group laughed again, louder this time. Lisa joined in. "Come on. She's probably great at serving pasta, not reading contracts." "No offense," she added, glancing at Elena with a fake smile. Elena felt the heat rise in her cheeks, but she didn't snap back. She had heard worse, people assuming she was just the help, nothing more. Her black uniform and white apron made her blend in, like part of the furniture. But she had skills they couldn't imagine, ones she kept hidden because life had taught her to stay quiet. Her freelance work online paid better than tips, but she couldn't risk losing this steady job. Marcus held up the envelope, shaking it lightly. I'm serious about the offer. Translate this proposal. It's about 30 pages of business talk, and the money's yours. But let's be real, it's not like they teach that in Waitress school. More chuckles from the table. Tom raised his glass. To long shots. Imagine if the cleaning lady or the busboy could do it. We'd all be out of jobs. Elena cleared a plate from their table, her movements smooth. I'll bring your appetizers soon, she said, turning away. But Marcus wasn't done. Hold on, he called. What's your name? Elena, right? On your tag. You ever deal with Arabic stuff? Family teach you? She paused, wiping her hands on her apron. A little from my mom. But I'm just here to serve. Lisa leaned in, whispering loud enough for everyone. See? Told you. These immigrant kids are hard workers, but this is big league stuff. Marcus nodded, still grinning. No harm in asking. But yeah, probably over your head. Stick to the specials, they sound good tonight. Elena nodded and walked toward the kitchen, the laughter fading behind her. Her mind spun with the details she had glimpsed on the envelope, words she recognized but wouldn't admit. The debt weighed heavy, but so did the risk of speaking up. Back in the kitchen, the steam from pots rose around her as she loaded her tray. The chef barked orders, but Elena's thoughts were on home. Her mother, resting in their small apartment uptown, needed meds that cost a fortune. Her brother texted again. Any luck with extra shifts? She typed back quick, working on it. The night dragged on. Marcus's group ordered round after round, their talk turning to the deal. If we nail this, Marcus said, we're set for years. But without a translation, it's dead in the water. Tom suggested calling a contact. What about that guy in accounting? He speaks Spanish, close enough? Laughter again. Spanish? That's like confusing pizza with pita bread, Lisa shot back. Elena served their mains, placing plates down carefully. Marcus looked up. You sure you don't want to try? 35 grand could buy a lot of whatever waitresses buy. She smiled faintly. I'm good, thanks. As she walked away, Tom muttered, bet she couldn't even read the menu in Arabic. The mockery stung, but Elena pushed through, her ponytail swinging as she hurried to another table. Little did they know, she had more in her than they could guess. But for now, she stayed silent, the offer hanging in the air like a challenge she wasn't ready to take. Marcus leaned back, still chuckling. All right, team, let's think real. Who do we know that can handle this fast? Lisa pulled out her phone. I have a lead on a service, but it'll cost extra for rush. Tom nodded. Better than nothing. Can't rely on the staff here. Elena overheard from afar, her hands tightening on her tray. The bias in their words, dismissing her because of her job, her background, made her stomach twist. But she kept moving, the night far from over. Marcus waved off the idea. No services yet. Let's see if anyone in-house can step up. Vanessa should be here soon, she's got some language skills from her college days. Right on cue, Vanessa Klein strode into the restaurant, her high heels clicking against the floor. She was Hale's VP of International Affairs, a tall woman in her late 30s with a sharp bob haircut and a designer blazer that screamed power. She slid into the seat next to Marcus, dropping her bag with a thud. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was a nightmare. What's the crisis? Marcus pushed the envelope toward her. This. Dubai merger doc in Arabic. Translator flaked. Offering 35 grand to whoever nails it. Vanessa's eyes lit up as she flipped through the pages. Arabic? I took a semester abroad, but this looks technical. Give me a shot, I'll muddle through with my phone. Elena, still nearby clearing another table, caught snippets. She knew Vanessa from past visits. The woman always ordered complicated modifications to her salad and tipped poorly. Elena's shift was winding down, but she lingered, wiping down a chair that didn't need it. The document's first page was visible from where she stood, and she mentally translated a line about property rights without even trying. But she stayed quiet, heading to the back to clock out. At home that night, in her small apartment with peeling wallpaper and the hum of the fridge, Elena couldn't shake the offer. Her mother was asleep in the bedroom, the pill bottles lined up on the nightstand. Elena sat at the kitchen table, her phone open to her brother's latest message. Mom's appointment is Tuesday. Need cash for the copay. She pulled out her laptop and logged into her freelance account as Polyglot Shadow. The work was steady but anonymous. Better that way, no questions about her day job. But $35,000? That could clear the tuition debt and get her mother the specialist she needed. Elena thought back to the document. She had snapped a quick photo of the cover with her phone when no one was looking. Risky, but the words stuck in her head. She started typing a rough translation of the first section, her fingers flying. It was about a big real estate deal with clauses on land use and local rules. By midnight, she had a few pages done, accurate and clear. The next morning, Saturday, Elena showed up for her lunch shift early. The restaurant was quiet before the crowd hit. Marcus's group had left the envelope behind last night, careless, but typical for them. She slipped into the VIP area under the guise of setting tables and left a folded napkin with her translation of a key paragraph, signed, Midnight Helper. No face, no name. She figured it might push them in the right direction without outing herself. By evening, when Marcus and his team returned for another meeting, the note had done its job. Vanessa spotted it first as she spread out the papers. "What's this?" she said, unfolding the napkin. Her eyes scanned the text. "This is spot on. Fixes that messy part about cultural sites." Marcus grabbed it. "Who left this? Tom? Lisa?" Tom shook his head. "Not me. Looks pro." Vanessa paused, then smiled. "Actually, I did some work on it last night. Must have left it here by mistake." Lisa raised an eyebrow but said nothing. Marcus clapped Vanessa on the back. "Nice. Keep going like that, and you're in line for a bonus." Elena, serving drinks nearby in her black uniform and white apron, overheard and felt a sting. Her work, Vanessa's credit. But she bit her tongue, ponytail bobbing as she moved away. That night, she translated more at home, discovering a clause about displacing families for the development, unethical, maybe even illegal if it violated local laws. It reminded her of how Hale's company had pushed her father's business under, buying out suppliers and leaving him with nothing. Sunday morning, Elena left another note, this time correcting a big error in the financial terms. She signed it the same way and tucked it into the envelope's edge before the team arrived. When Vanessa found it, she erased the signature quick and presented it as her own. "Got another breakthrough," she announced to the group. Marcus was impressed. "You're saving our skins here." But Elena's actions didn't go unnoticed for long. Vanessa, sensing something off, whispered to Marcus. "These notes appearing? Feels like someone's watching. Maybe install cameras in the VIP section, call it security upgrade." By Monday lunch, hidden cameras were up, small lenses tucked into the light fixtures. Elena didn't know yet. She left one more note during her shift, highlighting the unethical clause she had found. As she walked away, the camera caught her back, her ponytail and uniform clear, but her face turned away. That evening, Vanessa reviewed the footage in the restaurant's office with the manager's okay. "There," she said, pausing the video. "The waitress. Elena something. She's the one leaving notes." Marcus frowned at the screen. "Her? The immigrant girl? Why is she messing with our stuff?" Vanessa shrugged. "Maybe spying for a competitor. Or just nosy. Either way, we shut it down." Elena felt the shift when Vanessa cornered her in the kitchen later that shift. "I know what you're doing," Vanessa hissed, her voice low. "Those notes? Cute, but stay out of it. This is executive level." Elena played dumb, wiping her hands on her apron. "Notes? I just serve food." Vanessa smirked. "Camera says otherwise. And look what I found in your locker during a spot check." She held up Elena's silver fountain pen, the family heirloom with its engraved words. "Fancy for a waitress. Security's holding it as suspicious, could be a recording device or something." Elena's heart sank. That pen was her grandfather's, passed down through her mother. It grounded her during tough translations. That's mine. Give it back. Not until we clear this up, Vanessa said, pocketing it. And if I hear of more interference, you're fired. Understand? Elena nodded, but inside, resolve hardened. Losing the pen hurt, like losing a piece of her family, but the stakes were too high. Her brother's tuition was due tomorrow, and her mother's pain was worsening. That night at home, she worked without the pen, her hands shaking as she typed. The full document, pieced together from photos and memory, revealed more. Vanessa had been tweaking her notes, hiding the bad clauses to make the deal look cleaner. If signed, it could lead to lawsuits and hurt innocent people in Dubai. Elena needed proof. Tuesday during lunch, while Vanessa was in a meeting, Elena slipped into the coat room where Vanessa had left her tablet. Heart pounding, she swiped through emails quick, finding ones where Vanessa admitted to changing translations. Covered the displacement part, boss doesn't need to know. Elena snapped photos with her phone, evidence in hand. But Vanessa caught her leaving the room. What were you doing? She demanded. Just hanging coats, Elena lied, but Vanessa's eyes narrowed. Stay away, or I'll make sure you and your family regret it. I checked your file. Mom's sick, brother's in school. Easy to mess with. The threat fueled Elena's fire. She spent the night planning. The emergency dinner meeting was set for Wednesday, final push before the Dubai deadline. Elena would be serving, her identity still hidden. She had the evidence, the full translation in her mind. One wrong move, and it could all crash down, but doing nothing meant letting them win. As her shift ended, she texted her brother, "Hold on. Things might change soon." She stared at the spot where her pen used to be, ready to step out of the shadows. Wednesday evening hit La Bella Vita like a storm, the restaurant filling up fast with after-work crowds. Elena adjusted her white apron over her black uniform as she prepped for the rush. The VIP table was set for Marcus Hale's emergency meeting, the final push on the Dubai deal before the deadline tomorrow. She had the evidence on her phone, the full translation locked in her memory. Her hands shook a bit as she carried trays, but she pushed forward. This was it. Marcus arrived first, looking tense in his suit, the envelope thicker now with notes and printouts. Tom and Lisa followed, then Vanessa, who shot Elena a warning glare as she sat down. Let's wrap this up, Marcus said, spreading papers. Vanessa, walk us through the final translation. Dubai's waiting. Vanessa nodded, confident. I've got it all here. The deal's solid, prime land for developments, low costs, no big hitches. Elena served appetizers, placing plates quietly. She caught a glimpse of Vanessa's version, still hiding the bad clauses about pushing out families. Her stomach twisted. As she poured water, Marcus tried reading a line aloud, butchering the Arabic words. What's this mean? Something about community, investment. Elena couldn't hold back. She set the pitcher down and said softly, it's community stability, not investment. The phrase is about protecting local homes, not just money. The table froze. Marcus looked up sharp. What did you say? Vanessa's face went pale. Ignore her. She's just the waitress. But Elena stood tall. I speak Arabic. And 4 other languages. That line warns about rules against displacing people. Your translation misses it. Tom leaned forward. How? My family's from Lebanon and Italy, Elena said, her voice steady. I learned from my parents. And I've studied on my own. Marcus stared, jaw dropping a bit. Prove it. Translate this section here. Elena took a breath and recited from memory, clear and precise, explaining the full clause about ethical land use. The group listened, stunned. Lisa checked her phone app quick. It matched. Vanessa jumped in. This is crazy. She's lying to mess with us. No, Elena said, pulling out her phone. Look at this. She played the email photos, showing Vanessa's messages about changing the text to hide risks. Marcus's eyes narrowed as he watched. Vanessa? Explain. Vanessa stammered. It's not what it looks like. I was just simplifying. Simplifying. Marcus snapped. This could tank us in court. You're fired. Get out. Security came quick, escorting Vanessa away as she protested. You'll regret this. The room buzzed. Marcus turned to Elena. You did the notes too? The midnight helper? She nodded. Yes. I couldn't let the deal go bad. He sat back, rubbing his chin. Well, damn. My offer stands. 35,000's yours. Elena felt a rush. Thank you. But there's more. The full translation shows the deal's good if we fix the ethics part. Marcus thought fast. Get the Dubai partners on video call. Now. The screen lit up with the partners from Dubai, serious faces in suits. Marcus explained the mix-up, then let Elena speak. She switched to Arabic smooth, detailing the fixes and why they mattered culturally. One partner nodded. Impressive. We like her take. Make her the advisor on this or no deal. Marcus hesitated, then agreed. Done. Elena, you're our new cultural advisor. Starting now. 6 figures, benefits. Elena's world spun. She accepted, her mind on her family. The call ended with handshakes over video, the deal sealed. As the team packed up, Marcus handed her a check for 35,000. You earned it. And here's your pen back. Vanessa left it. He passed the silver fountain pen, cool in her hand. Elena slipped it into her pocket, a weight lifted. Thanks. 6 months later, Elena sat in her office at Hale Global Properties, a bright space with city views. No more uniform, just business clothes that fit her new role as cultural advisor. The Dubai deal had gone through clean, boosting the company 25%. She led a team now, focusing on fair deals that respected local ways. Her brother graduated last week, debt-free, thanks to the money. He hugged her tight at the ceremony. You saved me, sis. Her mother walked better now, meds covered by Elena's new insurance. I'm proud, she said over dinner in their bigger apartment. Your father would be too. Marcus had changed a bit, less quick to judge. At meetings, he listened when Elena spoke up. She's got the insight we need, he'd say. His jaw still dropped sometimes at her ideas, but with respect now. Vanessa? Word got around. She bounced between small jobs, her rep ruined. No big firm wanted the risk. Elena twirled her silver pen during a call, sealing another deal. Industry folks knew her name now, calling her rise a smart move for diversity. At a conference last month, a reporter asked her story. It's about seeing people's real value, she said. Back home that night, her family gathered for a meal. Her brother raised a glass. To Elena, from waitress to boss. Her mother smiled. You showed them. Elena felt the pen in her pocket, a reminder of her roots. She wasn't hidden anymore. Her strength had changed everything. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, hit that like button, share it with someone who loves a good twist, and subscribe for more cinematic tales that hit you right in the heart. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from.